What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with another top 10, and today we're taking a look at the top 10 easiest creatures to tame in Ark Survival Evolved. So these are... okay, hello unicorn, that was very strange. You're one of the rarest... Okay, anyway, moving on. Like I was saying, we are looking at the easiest creatures you can tame in all of Ark. So this list is comprised of passive tames, of knockout tames. That's really the only two tames that you have, passive and knockout. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So coming in at number 10, we have none other than the Iguanodon. The Iguanodon is one of the easiest dinos to tame, and in terms of usefulness, he is definitely up there. All you really need for these guys are a bowler and some trank arrows. And even if you don't have trank arrows, you can easily use a club or a slingshot to knock out Iguanodons. Now, the best thing about Iguanodons is when you walk up to them, you can rub against them, you can caress them, you can touch their butthole all you want. They won't aggro at you. The only way they'll aggro at you is if you attack them, obviously. And then you should probably start running or bowler them and knock them out. Now, once you bowler them, you can see there they're stuck on the spot, and all you need to do is simply aim for the head and knock them out. Now, the best part about this is that these guys are herbivores, so all you need is a decent amount of berries, and you can actually tame up your own Iguanodon really quick, really easily, and it's no effort whatsoever. He's easily one of the easiest creatures to tame in all of Ark. You can see there, look at that. Bad boy, eat those berries. That's right, you eat those berries. Now, the creature coming in at number 9 is none other than the Parasaur. The Parasaur is very similar to the Iguanodon in that you simply just need to bowler it and slingshot it or club it, and it'll easily get knocked out. The only difference is that the Parasaur does not attack you back if you decide to hit it. So for example, it just runs away from you, and you can easily keep up pace with the Parasaurs. Even with your base movement speed, you are able to keep a decent pace with them. You can see there, we're definitely on par with the Parasaur, and you can still bowler while running, which makes them easy to knock out. You know, you see there, bowler, trank arrow to the head, feed them Mejo berries and berries, and it's easy. Now, the reason why these herbivores are on the list is because berries are a lot easier to come by than meat is. For example, the only real way to get meat when you're first starting is off dillos, off dodos, off the corpses of another dino that's been killed by like another carnivore, which aren't all that rare to find. So you've got to deal with what you can find, and the Parasaur and the Iguanodon definitely fit those bills. Now, coming in at number 8 on the easiest creatures to tame list is the Pegomastax. Boom, bada boom. Just like that. Didn't even have time to finish my sentence. All you need to do to tame up a Pegomastax is put berries in the final slot of your inventory bar. You can see there we had Mejo berries in this final slot. Hold on, let's pick up some more Mejo berries to show you guys. And there you go. You can see there in the far right slot, there's a Mejo berry in there. All you need to do is chuck those into your last slot. Get a Pegomastax to attack you or aggro on you. They'll steal the Mejo berries, and that's how you tame them up. Don't need tranks, don't need bowlers, don't need anything like that. That's all you need to do to tame up the Pegomastax. And he's in at number 8 on this list. Now, the dinosaur coming in at number 7, you guys should have seen this one coming, is the Phiomia. This guy, hands down, is one of the easiest creatures to tame. He's very similar to the Parasaur in that he just runs away from you if you attack him. You can find these guys in droves, and all you need to do is simply bowler them and then trank arrow them. You don't even need to bowler them. Sometimes you can easily just trank arrow them. The only downside to that is that they will obviously run. And these guys do have a decent amount of torpor as well. But you can see there, he's out like a light. All you need to do is dump berries on him. These guys eat extremely fast, so they won't take long at all. Their food consumption rate is very fast, and they'll just down anything you give him. You can see here, this guy will tame right up because he just demolishes every bit of food he comes into contact with. And that is a very cool looking Bronto. And there you go, you can see there the Phiomia tamed up just like that. Easily one of the easiest creatures to tame in all of Ark. Now, coming out at number 6, we have none other than the cute, friendly little plushly Otter. Now, these guys are easy to tame. The only downside to these guys is that you need to actually find them. They're not all that easy to find because they are small, so you can kind of miss them. But all you need to do to simply tame them is feed them fish. So all you need to do is kill some coals or some saber-toothed salmon. You can see there we go. And then you need to drag the fish corpse over to the otter, feed it to the otter, and boom, bada boom. There you go. That's all you need to do to tame up an otter. Now, these guys do have their uses as well. They provide you with hypothermic and hypothermal insulation so that you stay nice and cozy and warm, and they just look god dang adorable. Look at that. Oh my god. You're looking a little bit flat there, Mr. Otter. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on with our Otter, but I feel sorry for him. All his internal organs must be extremely smushed right now. Now, the creature coming in at number 5 has just disappeared into the bushes in front of me. There we go, that's better. So number 5 is the Iguanodon. Now, this guy's higher up on the list than the Otter because essentially all you need to do is pat them. You don't need to bring them food, you don't need to do anything other than that, unless you get too close and then they spook. Now, as well as that, these guys normally spawn in packs, so you actually have to separate one from the rest of them. You can do that by picking them up with an Argy, with a Pteranodon, anything really. You can even kite some of them off the ledge while you leave one of them up there for you. Now, you can normally find these guys in packs of 5 or 6, but once you do, they're pretty easy to tame. All you need to do is sneak up behind them, get close enough to pat them, and then that's exactly how you go about filling up their taming meter. We're just going to get a little bit close there. There we go. You can see there we pat him. There is our brand new Iguanodon, all tamed up, looking adorable as ever. Alrighty guys, and coming in at number 4, we have the Ichthyosaurus. This is the underwater dolphin that is really easy to tame. All you need to do is either bring raw meat, so your regular raw meat, raw prime meat, or raw mutton to feed these guys, and they'll tame them up. You need to put it in your last slot, as you would for any other passive dino. Swim up to them if you can catch up to them. Normally they like to swim around you. You might have to build a little trap thing, but all you need to do is feed them the meat, and that's it. They're a passive tame. They tame up just like that, and they are easily one of the easiest creatures to tame up because they spawn in such large numbers. As you can see, there are so many of them around us, but they also swarm towards you when you appear in the ocean, making it easier for you to tame them up because they just swim to you, making it really easy. So that's why the Ichthyosaurus is number 4 on this list. So the creature coming in at number 3 is none other than the Dung Beetle. This guy is much like many of the other dinos located on this list, very easy to tame, obviously. That's the whole purpose of this video. All you need is poo. That's right, poo. Now, every single dino in the game poos, as well as your character, so there's no shortage of it anywhere. The only reason this guy wasn't higher on this list is because he's generally normally found in caves, unless you're playing on Ragnarok, so that makes it a little bit more difficult for you to get. But you can easily pick this guy up with Argies, and only Argies, I'm pretty sure. Oh, you can pick it up with Quetzes, but who's going to bring a Quetz into a cave? Now, all you need to do is put the poo in your last slot, walk up to him, press triangle or your use button, and there you go. You have a brand new poop machine that is capable of producing fertilizer and oil for you. I mean, you can also use them as a battle pet. I wouldn't recommend it though, because they'll get easily emancipated by the mantises or other dinos located on the island. At number 2, we have the Dodo. The Dodo is hands down one of the easiest creatures in all of Ark to tame. You need to knock them out to tame them, and you can simply do so by punching them in the face. Punching them is plenty enough to knock them out. It's one of the few dinos where you can actually punch to knock it out successfully. Once you've done that, all you need to do is drop some berries onto him, and you are good to go. Look at this, ready? Boom, bum, boom. This guy eats food faster than the Phiomia does, and just like that, he's tamed up. That's why the Dodo is number 2 on this list. And finally, here it is, the number 1 easiest creature to tame in all of Ark is none other than the Lystrosaurus. The Lystrosaurus is amazing. He doesn't aggro on you even if you get close to him. He doesn't aggro on you if you punch him. You can still tame him up if you punch him, and he's just amazing. He's so easy to tame up, and it gives yourself a little boost of self-esteem when you successfully tame up one of these guys, because you tame up your first dinosaur. It's amazing. So all you need for the Lystrosaurus, he is either a passive tame or a knockout tame. Unlike the Dodo, which you can't actually passive tame, the Lystrosaurus is a passive tame, which is why he's higher than the Dodo. I know, big plot twist right there. Many of you are probably expecting the Dodo to be number 1. Well, I got you there. All you need to do is put a berry in your last slot, feed it to the Lystrosaurus, and you are set. You have yourselves a brand new Lystrosaurus. The only downside to the Lystrosaurus is that you can't pick him up and carry him with you. You can, however, pet him, and by golly gosh is he adorable when you pet him. So guys, that concludes today's list. Let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments. Let me know whether or not you agree with him while we make out with our Lystrosaurus. But yeah, that pretty much concludes today, guys. Let me know what you thought of it, like I said. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one.